Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas in conjunction with the Disaster Risk Management Authority.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
And that concludes the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Raven Davis.
I'm Matthew Martinborough.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Here's a live look at the Bahamas Tonight. They're coming your way next.
It is 11 o'clock, and coming up this Thursday evening, Prime Minister Philip Davis getting a first-hand look at the damage done at BPL's Blue Hill Road South substation as efforts to restore supply continue following this morning's island-wide blackout. Staff was here at ZNS today meeting the new chairman and a sweet give-back to the Bahamas Crisis Center. Those stories in the day's other news this late night, Thursday, July 30th, 2026.
Bahamas Tonight at 11. The final word starts now.
We are glad to have you with us this late night. I'm Corvell Pfeiffer. Well, many residents here in the capital are hoping to get a full night's rest after bracing through an island-wide blackout early this morning. It took Bahamas Power and Light officials several hours to restore services across the island. This led Prime Minister, the Honorable Philip Davis, to visit Bahamas Power and Light's Blue Hill Power Plant today to view the restoration exercise for himself.
It is incidents like this that demonstrate what we have inherited, and we are fixing it. It's not a complaint by us. It is just that we have to fix what we are. And as you can see the completion of the T&D that is now being tested. You'll see the new substations on site, and you could also see the solar field that's now just been erected that'll be to the west of us. If you want to see, the field is there. The panels are up, and in short order, the connections will be made. And we, in addition to the 20 megs of solar panels, there's also an additional 25 megs of battery energy that they'll be connected to. We call on the Bahamian people to be patient with us. It's frustrating, as the CEO has pointed out. I'm frustrated as well. But there will be growing pains to get to where we need to be because of what we inherited.
The Prime Minister's visit to BPL's Blue Hills Power Plant comes hours after BPL customers here in the capital were in the dark yet again. Cleopatra Murphy has the initial details and the impact of the island-wide blackout.
A transformer explosion sparked an electrical fire at Bahamas Power and Light's Blue Hills Power Station, triggering an early Thursday morning blackout that left thousands of customers in the dark and battling the summer heat. BPL Director of Planning, Engineering and Facilities Kevin Gilbert confirms the ordeal was triggered by a fault on a transformer around 1:45 a.m.
As a result of the fault on the 15 MVA transformer, the breaker did not close, so that fault went back to our generating stations, which caused the blackout here in New Providence. There was a fire here at Blue Hills. As a result of the same, that transformer, that area had to be properly isolated from the system. We had to make sure that our personnel who went out there to inspect the scene was safe.
By 9:30 a.m., power had been restored to 70% of customers, but Gilbert noted the system has to be brought up incrementally due to safety.
We can't just click a switch and have the light back on. It has to be done safe. It has to be done in a manner that the engines and the load will be controlled. And once those things are done, then we can move successfully in having a successful restoration.
The impact was not only felt in homes across the capital, though, as the island-wide outage also slowed operations at the Lyndon Pinling International Airport Thursday morning. The incident also led to long lines at the airport, although by the time ZNS News arrived, operations appeared back to normal. Vice President of Marketing and Commercial Development for the Nassau Airport Development Company, Jan Knowles, says the facility operated on generator before power was restored shortly after 8 a.m.
While the majority of our airline carriers were able to check in passengers, some airlines experienced delays. These delays resulted in longer than usual lines in the check-in areas in the U.S. departures and international and domestic terminals. Passenger screening and processing areas remained operational despite some challenges.
Bahamas Air was one of those airlines impacted after the national flag carrier says the outage disrupted its internet, which affected the ability to check in passengers on flights to Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and Orlando. The airline in a statement says, while the disruption resulted in minor delays to some morning departures, its customer service teams worked diligently to assist affected passengers and minimize any inconvenience. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Cleopatra Murphy.
Perhaps you can imagine another island-wide power outage here in New Providence is sparking public frustration, with many Bahamians calling for a reliable electricity supply, one that keeps the lights on, supports businesses, and restores public confidence in the country's energy system. While many residents are growing impatient with the recurring outages, others acknowledge that rebuilding the country's aging power infrastructure will take time. For others, the focus is on finding practical, long-term alternatives to reduce the country's dependence on an aging electricity grid.
You can't sleep in the night. The electricity is off so often, and then you come to find out when you don't pay a bill, then you can't pay the bill, then they go up on the bill. We need to find a proper solution to our problem in reference to electricity.
It hurts a bit, but I do realize it's a bit beyond the minister and the government at this time. I can see that they're making grounds, or they're making effort to try and, accommodate everyone and, improve the system.
More generators in different places, or go to solar panel, so you could support the people a bit more current.
While power is being restored across the capital, the cost of electricity remains another concern. The central bank says rising global fuel prices continue to push inflation higher, warning that adjustments to Bahamas Power and Light's fuel hedge could eventually lead to higher electricity generation costs for consumers. However, Central Bank Governor John Rule cushions any fears that may arise from power consumers on that. He credited the government's energy sector reform agenda to lowering electricity costs in the near future.
The cost of energy is a factor in terms of, those tie-break decisions that are being made around investments. And that is not a 2026 issue. That is an historical issue, which the investments in the sector will potentially address by reducing some of the baseline costs for electricity generation. So that's what's positive.
Time for a breakdown, but coming up next, a major donation to the DRM Authority. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight at 11. There's more news after the break.
Step into a life of luxury and convenience with the Commonwealth Bank Platinum Card. From earning premium cashback rewards on every dollar spent to enjoying comprehensive travel insurance, shop with confidence, knowing your purchases are protected. Our Platinum Concierge service turns your requests into reality, wherever life takes you. Let the Commonwealth Bank Platinum Card be your passport to exceptional experiences. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Marco's Pizza. Marco's Pizza. Some never tasted so good. Marco's Summer Party is bringing the fun. Choose 2 large one-topping pizzas with a 2-liter soda for just $34.95. Or grab a big square deal. 1 medium, 1-topping pizzas with boneless wings for just $39.95. Enter to win weekly Baja Bay water passes and your very own Marco's Summer Party pack all summer long. Marco's Pizza. Summer never tasted so good.
Behind every strong economy is a bold entrepreneur, and we're here to support them, island by island. Only Lutheran, we've helped 122 entrepreneurs turn their dreams into thriving businesses. Through over $3 million in approved funding, the SPDC is strengthening Eleuthero's economy by investing in its leading sectors: tourism, food and beverage, and agriculture. No matter the island, every business we support strengthens the economy, starting with yours. SPDC, Bahamas.
Continuing now with more news, the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas is embracing a new chapter of leadership. Staff gathered to officially welcome newly appointed Chairman Sandy Morley during a ceremony filled with words of encouragement, gratitude, and a shared vision for the future. Here's Leah Cooper.
It was a moment of welcome and renewed purpose as the Broadcast Corporation of the Bahamas officially introduced its new chairman, Sandy Morley. Staff members came together to mark the occasion, celebrating not just a change in leadership, but a shared commitment to building on the corporation's legacy of informing, educating, and connecting the Bahamian people.
Today, we choose vision over fear, excellence over mediocrity, unity over division, and possibility over limitation. We are not simply turning the page, we are writing the next great chapter.
Acting General Manager Opal Roach described the occasion as an opportunity to look ahead with optimism and sent this message to BCB employees.
Please remember that you are our greatest asset. It is your dedication, professionalism, and hard work that keeps the corporation operating every day. Without you and every one of you, there would be no Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas. Your contributions are valued, appreciated, and essential to the continued success.
For Mr. Morley, the welcome was both humbling and inspiring, pledging to lead with integrity, collaboration, and a deep respect for the men and women who continue to serve the nation through public broadcasting.
I'm excited about the opportunity to lead a corporation with such rich history. I sat in your boardroom a minute ago and I looked at the walls. And there was a lot of names that I recognize. And it's a testament to the expertise that have traversed these doors and the expertise on whose shoulders you stand and whose shoulders I hope to stand on. It is their big steps, big shoes that we must fill.
As the Broadcast Corporation of the Bahamas turns the page to a new chapter, the message is clear. The future will be shaped by unity, dedication, and a collective commitment to excellence. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Leah Cooper.
Thanks, Leah. The Disaster Risk Management Authority has officially commissioned 7 jet skis to enhance rapid response alerts, allowing rescue teams to navigate flooded neighborhoods, reach stranded residents, and access areas larger emergency vessels just simply cannot. Minister of State responsible for the DRM Authority, the Honorable Mikkel Barnaby, underscored the investment as the government's commitment to protecting lives and ensuring the country is adequately prepared for any unprecedented events this year's hurricane season may bring.
Today, we're demonstrating to the Bahamian public that we're just not talking about safety. We're actually moving towards ensuring that Bahamians are safer every single day with the DRM. The assets that we've collected today is a part of our plan to ensure that we stay ready and that we're always prepared for all eventualities.
Minister Barnaby also adds that preparedness is not just about equipment, but about people, pledging that the government will continue standing alongside communities before, during, and after any disaster, delivering assistance when it is needed and most is vital.
This equipment is not just equipment that's going to sit around during a storm, but these are equipment that's going to be very active in search and rescue activities. And this is in line with exactly what the Prime Minister wants us to do. He wants us to be practical, he wants us to be active, and he wants us to be prepared.
For years, the Bahamas Crisis Center has been standing in the gap, supporting families, victims of all social ills, and protecting our nation's youth. Well, today, one organization gave back to the center in the sweetest way. Matea Stewart tells us more.
Today, the sweetest thing at Dairy Queen wasn't the ice cream. It was the opportunity to help protect a child. For one day only, a portion of the proceeds from every blizzard sold at Dairy Queen locations will support the Bahamas Crisis Center's campaign to end sexual violence against children.
We are very excited because what this will do is it will be a launch of our national campaign that we're launching in January of next year in celebration of our 45th anniversary. In the media, you see the reports of children and adolescents who are experiencing sexual violence. What we have found out, not just in the Bahamas, but everywhere, the majority of sex offenders of children are known and often trusted by the child or the victim. And so it's important for children to be aware of how they can protect themselves.
To that, I asked Chief Operations Officer Crystal Campbell what motivates Dairy Queen to invest in community initiatives such as this.
We see it as our civic duty to give back and support our communities that face various challenges. And so we count it a joy and a privilege to help make miracles happen.
The Bahamas Crisis Center has been serving the community for more than 4 decades. It was founded in 1982 as the Women's Crisis Center in response to the growing number of women and children affected by violence. As more people, including boys and men, sought support during times of crisis, the organization expanded its services and evolved into the Bahamas Crisis Center, providing help to anyone in need.
And we have been doing programs and initiatives for everybody. So we have activities in the schools, we have activities in the community, and we have intervention programs at the center.
While Miracle Treat Day is celebrated at Dairy Queen locations around the world, locally it gives Bahamians a simple opportunity to support a campaign dedicated to protecting children and creating safer communities. Reporting for the Bahamas Tonight Access Now, I'm Matea Stewart.
The Bahamas Tonight at 11 turns to sports next. Over to Amajal we go for a look at what's coming up.
Bahamians securing spots in the finals over in Glasgow, Scotland at the 2026 Commonwealth Games. Details of that story and more coming up in sports.
Throughout our lifetime, we must all make decisions. No matter how we choose, the right one just needs to be made. Like having J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers as your insurance partner. We've been serving the Bahamas for over 100 years. Whether you need home, motor, marine, or commercial insurance, make the right decision. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance, peace of mind.
Cousin of mine who was the leader of one of the biggest gangs in this country during the early 90s. The gang that he was a part of tried to recruit all of us. If you're not strong, you can fall prey to that environment. I did not join because I was kept involved in positive activities. I saw what worked, what didn't work, and I just was able to utilize all of the gifts and talents over the years to impact young persons' lives throughout our nation. I realized every single individual has the freedom to choose. But if you choose light, these are the benefits. If you choose darkness, these are the results of your choice. I've seen music bring young persons from gangs through a trumpet, through a clarinet, through a drum, all because of the power of music. Conflicts will come, circumstances will come. We just have to be consistent, dedicated, and committed with our young persons. Crime-free looks like me.
Do your part. Join the movement to a safer Bahamas.
Well, welcome to your Thursday Sports Check, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports. Well, she was the first Bahamian on the track side to secure a spot in the final over in Glasgow, Scotland at the 2026 Commonwealth Games. World record holder Devin Charlton running out of lane 6 in the women's 100-meter hurdles against a stacked field. Let's see how she fared. The field that would include fellow world record holder Toby Amusan. It would be Bahamian world record holder Devin Charlton delivering the Bahamas' first medal of the 2026 Commonwealth Games, and that would be a gold. This after Charlton would run a blistering 12:33 to just edge out close friend Jamaican Megan Simmons, who would finish second in 12:40. Amusan would finish third in 12:60. Charlton adding the gold to her Commonwealth Games silver that she won in 2022. More from Devin's gold medal performance in tomorrow's Sportscast. Meanwhile, on the field side of things, on his final throw, Keyshawn Strong delivered a toss of 257 feet 10 inches in the men's javelin to reach the automatic qualifying mark. His effort ranks 8th heading into Friday's final, where he will hope to possibly bring home a medal for the Bahamas as well. Also competing today for the 242 would be Anthony Strawn in the semis of the women's 200 meters, running in heat 3 out of lane 6. She would cross the tape in 23:66, but that would not be good enough. She would finish 5th in her heat and would not advance to the final. Over in Santo Domingo, swimmers in action at the CAC Games in the women's 100-meter butterfly. Lila Lewis finished 7th in heat 1 with a time of 1 minute, 10.15 seconds. Zoe Williamson also placing 7th in Heat 3, clocking 1 minute 7.84 seconds to finish 21st overall. On the men's side, Aiton Moncur competed in the 100-meter free as well as the mixed 4x1 medley relay. Team Bahamas finishing 7th in both events. In baseball news, well, he's back, and it seems though he may be better than ever. Working his way back from an internal brace surgery on his elbow, Texas Rangers top prospect Sebastian Walcott continues to rake. Walcott went 1 for 4 with a walk and a solo home run. An additional run scored for Double A Frisco on Wednesday. Since being activated off the injured list on July 17th, he's reached base safely in 9 of 10 contests, going 15 for 41. Batting at .366 with 4 walks, 2 steals, 3 home runs, 5 doubles, and 11 runs scored. It's safe to say if he continues at this pace, Triple-A Round Rock is certainly in his future and possibly a heavily anticipated big league call-up. Switching gears, the University of Miami Hurricanes men's basketball team making the most of their trip here to the Bahamas, doing their part to give back as well, partnering with the Bahamas Public Parks and Beaches Authority for a beach cleanup this morning in the Coral Harbor area.
We're really excited about it. They got in contact with us through the Buddy Heal Foundation, who then got them in contact with us. So we came together and did all the particulars, worked out the logistics, and we ended up here this morning. They had to leave us a minute ago because they have team exams, so they had to get back to do that. But they've been in Nassau from Tuesday doing a few things, and then this is the end of their trip.
And a local basketball camp continuing to sharpen the skills of youngsters here in the capital. Our intern, Natanya Hanna, has that story.
The Marvin Henfield Basketball Camp is back in action for Session 2. July 13th marked the beginning of the second of 3 sessions for this notorious basketball academy. In his 30th year of coaching in the Bahamas, Henfield created this camp in hopes of expanding talent of countless Bahamians. Henfield's camp enables children to not only learn the core values and fundamentals of basketball, but of life.
We have a lot of talented individuals that come through this nation. There's a lot of undeveloped talent as well. And for us, our basketball program gives us an opportunity to help harness some of that raw talent, unharnessed talent, to work with the young people.
From early as age 7, the young stars are taught how to dribble, shoot, pass, and eventually engage in more advanced skills like playmaking, defense, and spacing. Coach Henfield emphasized that children who are beginners can also thrive at this camp.
We focus on the 5 core skills, which is ball handling, shooting, passing, rebound, and defense. And then depending on the age, because at the early ages, it's all foundational, fundamental. And then when we get some of the kids that are in that 12 to 14 age range, we start to get into some of the subsets, so they learn a little bit more about spacing. They learn a little bit more about dribble, penetration, and kick. They get into some of the other on-ball, off-ball screens. So for us, what separates us is just the fact that we are a teaching program.
Children who come to this camp develop their skills at the highest level, coached by people who have played Division I and II college basketball. These coaches pride themselves on teaching what they've learned from their experience, hoping to instill a tougher mindset and stronger will for playing the game. The Marvin Henfield Basketball Camp is open to children from ages 17 to 18. Reporting from ZNS Total Sports, I'm Natanya Hanna.
Thanks, Natanya, and that's been Look at Your Sports on this Thursday. I'm Amajal Knowles, signing out until tomorrow.
Sunsea, good friends. And bold new flavor has arrived in the Bahamas. Introducing the new Jalapeno Ranch Cheeseburger. Spicy jalapenos, cool ranch, fresh Wendy's beef, one perfect balance. This isn't a heat you run from, you enjoy it. Bring the heat. Keep the cool with Wendy's new Jalapeno Ranch Cheeseburger.
Let's swim Bahamas, bring water hazards to an end.
Let's swim Bahamas. Water safety rule number 2. Never wave and shout and pretend you are in trouble when you are not.
Let's swim Bahamas, bring water hazards to an end. Water hazards to an end.
Here are a few things that you can add to your hurricane kit to give it a much-needed upgrade. Portable power banks, solar chargers, solar-powered radios, and similar items. While you're at it, make sure you're stocked up on the regulars, battery-operated radio and flashlight, additional batteries, a comprehensive first aid kit, along with 2 weeks of medication. Be sure to add life vests for family members and a toolkit. There should be 1 gallon of water per day for each member of your family and non-perishable food. Be sure to secure important documents like banking and insurance information and government-issued identification. And pay close attention to the ZNS network for all your weather updates. If this seems like a lot, think of it as survival through preparation. This season, be weather smart, weather safe.
The 70th Annual Cat Island Regatta is here once again, and the ZNS Network will be right there to keep you informed with news stories, features, live radio drops, and much more. Tune into the ZNS Network and stay connected to the 70th Annual Cat Island Regatta, Thursday, July 30th through August 2nd.
Time now for a look at tonight's weather forecast. For that, we say good evening to our Diane Dorsett.
Good evening, everyone. Our satellite picture shows some high-level clouds near the extreme northwest Bahamas due to a lingering trough in the area. The remainder of the islands are enjoying mostly clear skies, but a mid-level trough will develop over the northwest Bahamas tomorrow and trigger 1 or 2 strong thunderstorms in parts of the area on Friday before lifting upward on Sunday. Elsewhere in the tropics, there is no tropical cyclone development expected for the next 7 days. Now let's take a quick check on temperatures around the Family Islands. In the northern Bahamas, it's 88 degrees in Grand Bahama and 90 degrees in Abaco, 85 in Alisan, Bimini, and 89 degrees in Bullocks Harbor. In Fresh Creek, Central Andros, it's 90 degrees, Camp Space, South Andros, 91, as well as in Rock Sound, Eleuthera. In Arthurstown, Cat Island, Exuma, Rumkey, and San Salvador, it's 90 degrees, and moving down south, 89 in Long Island, Crooked Island, and Ragged Island. 90 degrees in Auckland and Betsy Bay. In Matthew, Taninago, it's 85 degrees, and for the Turks and Caicos Islands, 88 degrees. Tonight, we're expecting a low of 81 degrees, partly cloudy and very warm. And then tomorrow, we're going to get a high of 91. But heat index temperatures will make things feel warmer than this. And we'll also get some mostly cloudy skies. Now, I'd say we've had it pretty good for the better part of the week with little rain. But in your extended forecast, as the trough moves in, we're getting an increased chance for showers and thunderstorms. Next week, though, we'll get Saharan dust moving in the area, bringing with it hazy conditions and easing the rain a bit. Temperature-wise, it's same old with the heat. We have low 90s and triple-digit feels like temperatures, so continue to stay hydrated and take regular breaks in the shade. Well, that's your late-night look at weather. As always, rest easy, stay cozy, and thanks for staying up with us. Have a good night, everyone.
Thank you as well, Diane, and thank you for staying with us this late night. That's our broadcast. I'm Corbell Pyfrom for Ammo, Diane, and our entire team. Take care, be well, and remember, we will all be looking to see you again right back here tomorrow evening. Good night. At the Lyndon Bindling International Airport, I'm Corbell Pyfrom. This is ZNS.
Swim Bahamas, bring water hazards to an end.
Let's swim Bahamas. Water safety rule number 10. When boating, do not overload the boat. And if the boat ever capsizes, stay with the boat.
Let's swim Bahamas, bring water hazards to an end. Water hazards to an end.
The storm at home. You've bypassed all the shelters. Your preparation is complete, and so are your emergency kits. You're ready. But what happens if the storm changes direction and it's a direct hit? What's your evacuation plan? If you don't have one, make one. And remember, take into account the location of your house, whether it's near beaches, canals, or it sits in a flood-prone area, and be realistic about the evacuation plan. Plan what to take. In its simplest form, take only what you cannot afford to lose. Have a go bag ready and a discussion beforehand what bag contents should consist of, like toiletries, medication, change of clothing, and important documents in a waterproof folder. Take inventory of your home, pictures included. Make sure your vehicle has a full tank of gas. Decide your destination and the best route. If you can't get out, find safety in the highest level of your home. And as always, be sure to pay close attention to the ZNS network for weather updates. This season, be weather smart, weather safe.
I have been coming to this island since I was 12 years old. It didn't take me long to realize the rich history it has here. When I bought this island in 2018, I fulfilled a lifelong dream. The goal is not only to preserve the memories I made over those years, but to make new ones and to give others the opportunity to do the same. As we go through this process, it has become clear to me, we aren't just rebuilding an island, we're reviving a legend.
So how's your preparation going? By now, you should be completing home repairs since the last storm, updating and replenishing your emergency kit, and paying closer attention to the ZNS networks for earlier than normal developments in the tropics and general storm tracking. Hurricanes don't wait. Why should you? This season, be weather smart, weather safe.
At the House of Assembly, I'm Lakush Lapinder. This is ZNS.
This is the ZNS Network, providing radio and high-definition television services for the entire Bahamas. On behalf of the management and staff of the ZNS Network, we wish you a very pleasant good night.
Preamble of the Constitution of the Bahamas, which was made on June 20th, 1973, and came into operation July 10th, 1973.
Whereas 481 years ago, The rediscovery of this family of islands, rocks and keys, heralded the rebirth of the New World. And whereas the people of this family of islands, recognizing that the preservation of their freedom will be guaranteed by a national commitment to self-discipline, industry, loyalty, unity, and an abiding respect for Christian values and the rule of law. Now, know we therefore, we the inheritors of and successors to this family of islands, recognizing the supremacy of God and believing in the fundamental rights and freedoms of the individual, do hereby proclaim in solemn praise the establishment of a free and democratic sovereign nation, founded on spiritual values, and in which no man, woman, or child shall ever be slave or bondsman to anyone or their labor exploited, or their lives frustrated by deprivation, and do hereby provide by these articles for the indivisible unity and creation under God of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
It's 12 midnight, and this is Radio Bahamas, 1540 AM, 104.5 FM, the national voice of the Bahamas, where only the sun covers the Bahamas better. We are broadcasting live from our studios located on Harcourt Rusty Bethel Drive in Centerville, Nassau, Bahamas. We have a transmission power of 50,000 watts on our AM band and 5,000 watts on our FM band. ZNS is operated by the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
The views expressed on this show, interview, or program are not necessarily the views expressed by the ZNS Radio Network and, by extension, the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
It's informative, thought-provoking, and entertaining. Immediate response on the ZNS Network, examining the issues you care about. So pull up a chair, call your neighbors, loved ones, family, and friends. Set your dials. Immediate response starts now with your host, Spence Friddleson.
Good morning, Bahamas. Good morning, world. Welcome to Immediate Response. This is Alpheus and Diana's last child, all the way from the Valley with you, the Bishop of Motivation, and I'm so honored to have as my guest today the legendary Charlie Taylor. We'll be talking about the Kemp Road District from back in the day and present time. But to get us started, we're going to go to Reverend Ivan Ford, Dr. Ivan Ford Butler from Kemp Road Ministries, who will do the prayer for the nation. Good morning, Doctor.
Good morning, Bishop of Motivation.
Thank you for agreeing to do the prayer, so you may begin.
Okay. God bless you.
Thank you.
Lord, we thank you for the freedom of speech that we enjoy in this great country of ours. We thank you for the host of this broadcast, the Bishop of Motivation, Mr. Spence Friddleson. Thank you for giving him wisdom to ask appropriate questions that will bless all of us. Thank you for the guest, for his guest, as he gives insight on the topic that will be discussed today. May this broadcast be a source of light, hope, and positive influence. Let all that is said and done bring honor and glory to your name. and may all those that hear it will be blessed by it. We ask these things in no other name but the name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you so much, Pastor Butler.
God bless you. God bless you, Bishop of Motivation.
You know, Dr. Butler was a great athlete at Prince Will.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was a star.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Thank you, Dr. Butler. Yeah, I competed against him. Okay. Yeah, well, let me just welcome you, Charlie. Charlie Taylor, I'm going to come right back to you. But let me do my motivational energizer, and then I'm going to get your bio out. But I'm sharing on something that you would know as a singer. Get up, stand up, a call to action. In times of uncertainty and challenge, the words of Bob Marley in Get Up, Stand Up resonate deeply. This anthem serves as a powerful reminder that change doesn't come from passively waiting for better days. It comes from taking action and standing up for what you believe in. As Marley famously said, get up, stand up for your rights. This call to action is not just a lyric. It's a philosophy that encourages us to advocate for ourselves and others. Life often presents obstacles that can make us feel powerless. However, it's essential to remember that we hold the power to effect change. As Marley emphasizes, you can fool some people sometimes, but you can't fool all the people all of the time. This truth inspires us to seek greatness and to challenge injustices, both in our lives and in the world around us, Charlie. When we feel overwhelmed, it's easy to retreat into complacency. Yet in the song reminds us that in the abundance of water, the fool is thirsty. End of quote. We must recognize the resources and opportunities available to us and not shy away from utilizing them. Change starts with us, whether it's standing up for our beliefs, supporting a cause, or simply making a difference in our communities. As we navigate our journeys, let's carry Marley's message into our hearts. Get up, stand up, don't give up the fight. Embrace the spirit of resilience and determination. Remember, every small action contributes to the larger movement for change. So let's rise together, stand firm, and make our voices heard. The world needs our courage now more than ever. That's my energizer to get us started today on this program. And like I said, I'm honored to have the legend himself here with me, the great Charlie Taylor. And Charlie, let me just introduce you by way of your biography. There's a lot of things people don't know about you, and I'd like to share it. Charlie Taylor, the first child of Lawrence and Lily Neek Linton Taylor. Charles Melvin Marcella Taylor is proud of his lifelong association with Kemp Road. Charles was born in his parents' home, located Taylor's Alley, opposite Uriah McPhee Primary School. On the 12th of January, 1944, he was baptized at St. Margaret's Anglican Church. And like many of the other children in the area, he attended St. Margaret's Day School before moving to Eastern Junior and Eastern Senior Schools. As was the practice at that time, Charles, like most adolescent boys, left school at the age of 13 years to pursue carpentry's apprenticeship under the tutelage of Mr. B.G. Colley, a leading local contractor of the day. Initially, Charles worked in the carpenter's workshop, where he quickly learned the joiner's trade. After a couple of years, he was transferred to the construction site, where he quickly rose up the ranks. By the age of 20, Charles was a senior foreman, having the responsibility of managing many building projects, including Orville Turnquest residence on Harold Road. When I remember that was a landmark. Yeah, when you passed there, you had to pay attention. And the government complex at New Bight Cat Island. During this time, not only did Charles work diligently to develop and perfect his skills as a carpenter and project manager, he also participated in a variety of training courses to extend his knowledge and skills in preparation to achieve his career dream of being a building contractor. He enrolled in the Bahamas Technical Institute, where he received certificates from City and Guilds in carpentry and joinery, construction, technician, and architectural draftsmanship. That's a lot, Charlie. Additionally, Charles received instruction in bookkeeping from Mrs. Livingston Coakley. Later, Charles became certified in AutoCAD architectural program from Lignum Technology. He also completed classes in public speaking, Creole, and paralegal studies. By 1973, Charles made a decision to venture into business for himself. Charles M. Taylor Construction. For the first 15 years, he provided home construction and architectural services, and then extended his operation to include land development and real estate services. He has constructed hundreds of private homes, erected commercial buildings, and developed Kennedy Sub. That's right, Phase 2. Diamond West Subdivision, I remember Diamond. Yeah, and Cox Close. In 2001, Charles became a certified real estate developer and a member of the Bahamas Real Estate Association. In addition to his construction and real estate business, Charles has engaged in other non-construction related business, including wholesale and retail sales. Such as his loyalty and affection for Kemp Road. For virtually all of this time, Charles has maintained an office in Kemp Road as the base of his business. Wow, business operations. In addition, he has worked diligently over the years to support the development of the Kemp Road community. In the late 1980s, he, along with several others, formed the Kemp Road Reunion, later named the Kemp Road Community Development Association. In this organization, Charles has served in many capacities, including that of president, a position that he's held for more than a decade. Among other many events and activities he led during his presidency, he and his family donated the land at the corner of Kemp Road and Chesapeake to be used as a community park. Charles is the designer of the Henry Glenn Memorial Community Park and spearheaded its construction. He has served 2 terms as a member of the Uriah Markfield School Board and also served as the director of the Bahamas Hot Rod Association. Charles has been married to Philippa Nee Colley for almost 60 years. And of course, that's Logan Colley's beautiful daughter. They are the proud parents of 3 daughters. How you pronounce your daughter? Leah?
Leisure.
Leisure. I always get that wrong. Whenever I see her, I just call it, Carolyn, O'Brien, and Charlie Taylor, right?
Yeah.
And one son, of course, Dr. Marcellus Taylor. The P.S.
Yeah.
4 grandchildren, Deja, David II, Dylan Burrows, Muriel O'Brien, 2 son-in-laws, Captain David Burrows on Bahamas Air, and Dr. Keith O'Brien. Yes, his hobbies include singing, just found that out, reading, restoring antique cars, drag racing, and he is still a devoted fan of the musical legend Sam Cooke. Wow. And he's won a number of awards, Distinguished Service Medal, the Kemp Road Ministries Community Service Award, Reverend Henry Stewart Community Service Award, Pilgrim Baptist Church Community Service Award, His Excellency Sir Orville Turnquest Governor General Bahamas Award, St. Margaret's Constituency Service to Kemp Road Community, 4-time winner of awards from Bahamas Auntie Club. I say morning to my good cousin Freeman DeVoe, my first cousin, and the Bahamas Hot Rod Association, several awards for participation. And Charlie Taylor, that's a whole lot you did in a short lifetime. Huh?
Well,
I didn't know about the singing part.
It's not so short.
I didn't realize that.
I'm now 82.
Yeah, and you look good for that, man.
I'm now 82.
You look good, but we're going to have a great show today. Kelly Burrows in Freeport, when he found out that you were coming on, he hit me up and he says, Charlie Taylor is the best person to speak about Kemp Road. He said, you all go way back.
Way back.
Yeah, he's come from Line Road.
He's Line Road.
Line Road, yes. Line Road. And I need to send a shout out now to Jeffrey Lloyd, who I spoke to yesterday.
Kemp Road.
The one and only Jeffrey Lloyd. We had a chat yesterday. And, of course, there's some great people we're going to talk about. You know, I had your friend Doyle Burrows on here talking about the Valley.
Yeah.
And we had a good time. A lot of people called me afterwards. They really enjoyed the show. So I'm sure the same thing will happen this morning with you. So, Charlie, let's get started on Kemp Road. First of all, tell us the boundaries of Kemp Road.
Okay.
And the 5-pound lot and all those kind of things.
What we try to do is we try to encompass the new areas of Kemp Road. Kemp Road was never the original.
Okay.
When slavery was abolished, an area known as Freetown was assigned, and people moved in those areas. Those boundaries of Freetown actually ran from what is now Mackey Street to Foxhill Creek. And
for Foxhill Creek?
Yeah. By the way, the Foxhill, we use Foxhill because that was beginning of the other area that slaves were in, and it was named Foxhill after a man by the name of Samuel Fox, who was granted some land from the government.
Okay.
And people then moved in to what is now Freetown Lane.
Yes.
And Freetown Lane were the first areas to be inhabited by those who were freed. They also moved into Southern Street, which came to almost like a dead end.
Right.
In the early...
Southern Street leads out to Camp Road.
Yeah, but at that point, it was not there.
It didn't...
Camp Road was not there.
Okay.
In the early 1990s, a gentleman by the name of John A. Kemp put that road through.
Okay.
And that connected us with Wolf Road, which was an entrance to the farming area, like Marathon was then farming area, tomatoes and what have you.
Interesting.
And Soldier Road itself, from the roundabout go south, was all farm.
Wow.
So once we established Camp Road,
yes,
then everybody identified themselves as Camp Roadians. Because if you said, I'm from Camp Road,
yes,
you would then say, what area? And then someone would say, I'm from Anstown, which came later.
Yes, Anstown came later.
Now, we must remember that at the abolition of slavery in 1834,
yes,
people moved out of the villages, namely Gambia, Adelaide, and also Foxhill. They moved out and they moved into certain areas. Two areas that were originally occupied was over the hill and out east, because prior to Camp Road, we were known as Easterners.
Okay.
Okay. And
Yes,
so
yes.
We started communities. We started communities parallel with East Street, over the hill.
Yes.
So when you would have asked somebody, boy, where you from?
Yeah.
He would say,
out east.
From out east or over the hill.
Over the hill, yes.
All right?
Yes.
And so once, like I say, once Camp Road comes in, then we use that as our landmark and say, we are from Camp Road.
Okay.
And those people, that's why sometimes you would say, John was from Camp Road. Say, no, I don't remember him being from Camp Road. He was from Southern Street. Well, that's because we all incorporate.
Yes, all that.
You know, and when you talk about people like the third Governor General of this country, Sir Gerald Cash, he was on the corner of what is called Fowler Street, which is a continuation of Camp Road.
Okay, yes.
He was on the corner of Fowler Street and Bay Street.
Yes.
Okay. That's one of our first ones. People don't realize that C.A. Smith came from Long Island to do his teaching practice, and he shared himself with three cousins, Estelle Smith, which lives in St. James Road, along with her sister, Christina.
In St. James Road?
Yes.
Yes.
Also, he shared with Hester Miller, which is Flo Miller and Violet Miller's mother.
Oh, yes, Flo and Violet.
We can
Roscoe was married to one of them.
Who's that?
Roscoe Beach.
Roscoe's married to Violet. And so we know about those two.
Yes.
And CA eventually became a teacher, went to Andros, then Freeport, and then eventually became a Governor General.
Yes.
Also, we claim ownership of A.D. Hanna, because when he came from Acklands, he lived with his uncle Sammy Hasty to St. James Road.
Oh, okay.
Okay? And then, of course, we know that H.M. Taylor was a part of Camp Road and then on Shirley Street. So we lay claim to at least 4 Governor Generals.
Let me ask you this. When I had Doyle Burrows on, he mentioned that a lot of people came from the family and from Eleuthera into the valley. As a matter of fact, Culmersville.
Right.
The Culmers, and so others from Eleuthera. I found that there was a lot of Long Island people that moved into Camp Road. Long Island and Exuma, am I right?
Long Island, Exumians, and also we had some Androsians and.
But a lot of Long Islanders, Urban Knowles and all those.
Well, Irvin's father.
Dan Knowles.
Dan Knowles.
Yes.
And he's from Long Island. Irvin's mother is Long Island, who, by the way, her and my father were first cousins.
Okay.
Her father was Johnny Major, who was brother to my grandmother, Matilda Major.
Yes.
Okay? And we have a whole lot. Well, like we say, Christina Smith and those.
Yes,
they're Long Island. They're from Northern Long Island.
That's right.
And when you will move, and the strange thing about Camp Rhodians is that, especially Long Islanders, they all thought they were family. And if they weren't, they acted as if they were.
The family.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
yes.
so we, like I told Charles Carter one time, he said that we were didn't like other people. I said, no, we were clannish.
Okay.
We didn't.
You all were really clannish?
Yeah. We didn't let them come in there too much.
No.
Yeah.
So, Charlie, tell me about growing up in Kemp Road, in that area, back in the day when you grew up there. What was it like? And by the way, I just saw, I'm sure you'll talk about this, but David Knowles gas station burnt down.
Yes.
And that's been a staple there for years, eh?
We know that many years ago at being Zeke gas station.
Zeke.
Because
but I thought Zeke and David was the same.
David at the point that was open, he owned it, but Zeke, being a mechanic and his first cousin, operated it.
Oh.
Because David was a joiner in Mr. Daly's workshop. That's where he was.
Yes.
Okay. But growing up in Camp Road, of course, you start out with St. Margaret's preschool.
Right.
And then you move on to Eastern Senior. But in that Camp Road area, because they thought they were family, you had to be respectful of everybody.
Okay.
And you just have to watch what you do, because you can't let your mother know that you acted unruly.
Yes.
And we would walk by the graveyard, and we'd walk on the other side, or we'd walk by the church if you were in a cap.
Yes.
You take that off, and we just enjoyed friendship. And the churches, if you're having a concert, everybody comes to that concert.
Yes, they all attended.
They don't have service at their church, so they all come in at that concert.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, it's a very good thing.
Your daughter is going to be tuned in a minute.
Well,
I can't call the name I can't call.
Felicia.
Yeah, I can't call her name. She's my friend. I can't call her name properly.
She's a matriarch.
Yeah, I can't.
So, myself is the boy, but she is matriarch. She is the mother
of all.
Myself and all.
All, yeah. So, Charlie, who are some of the people you grew up with, your contemporaries?
All right, I grew up with people like, who was a little older, Enoch Cunningham. And I would like to take a moment out now to give condolences to Andy's wife. We call him Andy, but his name is Mark Anthony.
Yes.
And I just learned about his passing this morning. I confirmed it with his workplace, and I really want to give condolences to his wife, his children, and also to his sister Diane and the Cunningham family.
Yes, that's right.
So I'm saddened by his passing. And
I'd see him every morning. I'd pull up the go, and he's outside, and we're having a conversation.
The consolation is that they are a God-fearing family.
Yes.
And they understand that God take care of all the sorrows, and He will.
Yeah, it's sad though.
Yeah.
So who else you grew up with? You said Charlie in that area.
With, people like Stanley Stirrup, which is Audrey's brother. The Cunninghams, as I mentioned.
Right.
Then we have Cleo Knowles. He was Inspector Knowles had about 10 children.
Okay.
About four girls.
We're going to go to a quick break, but we'll be right back after these messages on immediate response.
banks forcing you to use technology to bank the way they want you to? Your convenience is important. So no matter what your banking needs, Commonwealth Bank's friendly staff are always available in branch for that personal one-on-one service. But when you choose technology, our online and mobile banking app offers you state-of-the-art functionality. The choice is yours. Commonwealth Bank. Bank the way you want.
Looking for that hard-to-find windshield for your Japanese car? Well, look no further. Island Windshield stocks the largest selection of windshields for Japanese and American cars. They offer professional installation and auto tinting. Family Island orders are welcome. They deliver to the mailboat, too. Island Windshield has a large selection of Honda parts for all makes and models. Credit card orders are welcome. Island Windshield, now serving you in 2 convenient locations. Wolf Road opposite AID, call 394-8018. And Carmichael Road, just west of the Southwest Plaza, call 341-4120. Island Windshield.
Running low on summer funds? Squeeze every drop of fun out of your summer with Fidelity Personal Loan. From backyard upgrades to family getaways, Fidelity is here to help. Call 356-7764 today.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
Screws and Fasteners World, Balfour Avenue and Palm Beach Street, has those hard-to-find fasteners for you right now. You can find stainless steel regular hex, carriage bolts, galvanized bolts, threaded rods, nails, self-tap screws, sex bolts, anchor bolts, turnbuckles, masonry tools, hand tools, and weed whacker strings. Check out the rope selection and car body fasteners, too. Special orders are welcome. It's your #1 fastener store. Screws and Fasteners World, Balfour Avenue and Palm Beach Streets. Call 326-1976.
This is the official 2026 emergency shelter list for the island of Bimini. Gateway Gymnasium, Bailey Town. Louise McDonald High School, Alice Town. Urban Renewal Building, Alice Town. Those were the emergency shelter lists for the year 2026.
Wise Bahamian shoppers know when times are hard and things are tough, it's more sensible and convenient to shop at YCares Fashion Center. YCares has slashed prices on brand name clothing and shoes by up to 50%, including academics, Clarks, Polo, and hundreds of jeans and dicky pants. And as much as 70% on selected items. Choose from a large selection of beds, sheets, rugs, and towels, all at affordable prices. YCares has 3 locations to serve you: Bahama Avenue, Prince Charles, and East Street South near the Sir Charles Hotel. YCares, where you can afford to look good.
Shelly, how you doing? Hey, Janet. I getting ready to go to ZNS. I need some ads for my church and my sister's shop having a sale, so you know she need to advertise.
Well, girl, look here. I've been there yesterday getting some ads for Joe's business. You're going to love their new office.
New office? What new office?
Well, you mean to tell me you ain't know? The ZNS Sales and Marketing Department, they moved to the 5th floor of Centerville House on 2nd Terrace West. Right there, just off Collins Avenue.
They got the same helpful staff?
Yes, girl. At great prices.
Well, I gotta get going. Bye.
Bye. Call me when you get back.
ZNS Sales and Marketing Department has moved to the 5th floor of Centerville House, 2nd Terrace West.
For more information, call 502-3800.
Tired of banks forcing you to use technology to bank the way they want you to? Your convenience is important. So no matter what your banking needs, Commonwealth Bank's friendly staff are always available in branch for that personal one-on-one service. But when you choose technology, our online and mobile banking app offers you state-of-the-art functionality. The choice is yours. Commonwealth Bank. Bank the way you want.
Screws and Fasteners World, Balfour Avenue and Palm Beach Street, has those hard-to-find fasteners for you right now. You can find stainless steel regular hex, carriage bolts, galvanized bolts, threaded rods, nails, self-tap screws, sex bolts, anchor bolts, turnbuckles, masonry tools, hand tools, and weed whacker strings. Check out the rope selection and car body fasteners, too. Special orders are welcome. It's your #1 fastener store. Screws and Fasteners World, Balfour Avenue and Palm Beach Streets. Call 326-1976.
This week on Behind the Artist, all the way from beautiful Exuma, it's the legendary Dimitri Smith. Oh, Sookie now. Tune in to yours truly, the one and only Hope Shelley-Ann on Behind the Artist this Friday, 9 to 9:30 a.m. featuring Dimitri Smith with 1540 a.m., 104.5 FM, the national voice of the Bahamas. Everybody, do tune in.
Dancing at a party, you can tell she ain't lazy by the way she move her body. I asked her for a dance.
This is the official 2026 emergency shelter list for the island of Cat Island. St. Mark's Anglican School, Port Howe. Seaview Seventh-day Adventist Church, Wilson Bay. Holy Redeemer Catholic Church, New Bight. Mount Sinai Native Baptist Church, New Bight. St. Andrew's Anglican Church, Arthur's Town. Those were the emergency shelter lists for the year 2026.
The views expressed on this show, interview, or program are not necessarily the views expressed by the ZNS Radio Network and, by extension, the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
Welcome back to Immediate Response. This is Alpheus and Diana's last child, all the way from the Valley with you. The Bishop of Motivation, and my guest, of course, is the legendary Charlie Taylor from Kemp Road, and we're talking about Kemp Road today. But Charlie, I just want to do these birthday greetings and shout out some people from Kemp Road. Yes. I know you know a lot. But celebrating a birthday today is Kenneth Major from the Church of God in the Bahamas. He turned 78. He's the man who gave me the name Bishop of Motivation. Yes, Lincoln Deal is celebrating. It's Freetown, eh? Mm-hmm. Morning, Lincoln. Edrica Richardson is celebrating. Candace Marshall. Yvette Michelle Johnson. I know you know Yvette. Good morning, Yvette. Yvette, those come from Kemp Road. Yes. Victor Nicholas is celebrating. Randy Roll, the Honorable Randy Roll. Bimini is celebrating. Dr. K. Thompson Hanna, a reverend happy birthday to you. Keith Sands from Sammy's Chicken celebrating today. He turned 65. No, Keith can't be more than that. Yeah, 65. Keith is my good friend. And Marlon Johnson, my other good friend who is in the Turks and Caicos Islands, is celebrating a birthday today. Yeah, Marlon Johnson, formerly of Batelco, BTC. And Anthony Shark Wallace is celebrating. He's from Victoria Point in Mangrove Key, where the Bastians come from. And Mrs. Olive King over at Olive's Bakery in New Bight, Cat Island, celebrating a birthday today. Greetings from her husband, Reverend Christopher King. Children, grandchildren, mother, Paula Roma, siblings, in-laws, family and friends, church family, Lucretia Taylor, Roll, Linda Carey. Happy birthday from Ingrid Roma. And now, a few shout-outs to some Kemp Road people, past and present, who were there. And got this list from Michelle Carroll. Michelle. Oh, yes. Yeah, Michelle and I had worked together at Batelco many years ago. Richard Demerit. Shout out to Richard Demerit. Malcolm Adderley. Morning, Malcolm. Ken Strawn. Renee Glinton, the PS. Warren Alla Gibson. Renzo Gold Gray. Misha Major, the boxer. That's right. Joe Williams. I don't know Joe Williams. They call him Caracas. Yeah, I didn't know him.
That's Hardy Moxie brother.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, I know him then. I just never connect the name.
Yeah.
Okay, Bill Fox. What Bill brother name away? Oh, God. That's my boy. I in trouble. The other brother, the older brother, man. Leroy Fox.
Leroy, yeah.
Foxy.
Yeah, Foxy.
Morning to you, Foxy. Marty Miller Johnson.
Marty Miller.
Rodney Skeeter Lloyd. Yes. Jeffrey Lloyd. Ursula Kemp. Adrian LaRota. Michelle Carroll, of course. Mr. and Mrs. Patrick Gomez. Craig Tony Gomez. Hyacinth Grant from Line Road. Adrian Fox from Line Road. Carol Bryce. And Cynthia Maynard.
Right.
Yeah. And Ian Thomas, Cynthia's son. Now, Charlie, I know you have a couple of names.
Well, I could call some names that we would be in trouble if we don't mention.
Okay, go
We
ahead,
have to
sir.
go with the Miller clan, Flo Miller.
Flo Miller and those, yes.
Violet Miller, and they have a younger sister who keeps in touch with me, Melanie.
Okay.
And of course you have the brother, the older brother, George, who people don't know him that much, but he's there. And Ian Thomas, like you say, is the son of Cynthia.
Yes.
But then we also have the other Cynthia, Khan. She's from the 5 Pound Lot. She's a part of the Robinson clan.
Okay, yes.
From 5 Pound Lot.
Lot.
And then we can't forget May Curry Morton.
No, we can't.
May Morton Curry.
No, we
How
can't.
could we do that?
Yes, we can.
All right. And so, there's so many people that say, boy, how come you didn't remember me?
Oh, yeah, that's what
That's what Lester Strawn and the rest of them,
Yes. Now Doyle says that you come close through Jerome Avenue. Let's leave that.
Well,
close to the valley.
Yeah, but see what I need Doyle and those to know.
Yes.
That we respect the fact that they went in the valley and created a community.
Right.
But we must also respect the fact that some of those people came from us.
Of Camp Road.
Yes, to teach them how to build a community.
Okay.
Because other than Camp Road,
yes,
or the eastern area,
yes,
over the hill was the only people who created communities.
Right.
And then, of course, there was Fox Hill, which was the extension of the slave village.
Right.
Okay?
Yes.
But we paved the way for those fellas.
Wow. Good
All
stuff.
right?
Good stuff. Good
and
stuff.
You remember St. George's Church came out of St. Matthew's.
Yes, St. George's came out of St. Matthew's.
But
yes.
they came out of St. Matthew's after St. Margaret's came out of St. Matthew's.
Oh, they came after St. Margaret's?
Yes.
I always thought it was, okay.
No,
you're right.
St. Margaret's originally was in St. Margaret's Road.
Yes.
And it got
That's where the
destroyed.
graveyard is,
It got damaged in 1926 and got completely destroyed in 29.
Right.
And so then they moved down to Camp Road.
Ah.
And they used a place called the Jungle Club, where we dance at night.
Where the Jungle Club was?
The Jungle Club is in the back of where Sharon Smith them lived.
Oh, yes, yes.
And-
Why leave Sharon out?
and-
I'm so sorry, Sharon.
Sharon Smith,
My
right.
good classmate.
Yes. And what they did was they had dance on Saturday night and they prepared it Sunday morning for church.
Wow.
Bishop Knowles, who was then Father Knowles,
Right.
was the person who started that. And he came with a little organ in the back of his Model T car.
Yes.
And they had service there.
Man, look at that. 1 second, Jolly. Glenda Miller says, good morning, Brother Spence, and your historian guest. Blessings. Sherry Bell says, good morning. Another great show. She's in Freeport. Annadelle Cummings-Wiley is tuned in. She's in Toronto. Leon Graham says, good morning, gentlemen. I know you know Leon Graham. And a couple others are on the line right now watching the show. Ahama J, Judy Bean, Adele Brandt is watching from Grand Turk in the Turks and Caicos Islands. So let's continue on. Now, the 5 pound law. Oh, okay, let me just text here. Charlie is speaking truth to power and setting the record straight. This is from your good friend Kelly Burrows. All right? He's Kelly Burrows. So but is it true that the fellas from Line Road was scared to come to the main Camp Road?
Well, you must accept the fact that they were contained in the Line Road area. So when the new road came through Camp Road, they were a little timid.
To come up? No.
To come down. A little timid.
No.
Just a little timid.
Yes. So the 5 pound lot. How did it get its name?
Well, the 5 pound lot, of course, got its name
because
because they sold a lot at 5 pounds.
You remember who the developer was?
I don't remember the developer of that, but the adjoining subdivision, which is White's subdivision.
White's Edition.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was the Dr. White family.
George White and them.
George White and those.
Yes.
They
Edith Davis, yes.
That's right. You see, the thing about it is Edith White came from Camp Road.
Yes.
To assist y'all in the valley.
Yes, he did. She was good.
Yes.
And her husband, Edwin Davis, he was an educator. No, they were great people.
Right.
They were great. As a matter of fact, a little side story to this, it was them who recommended to my parents for Alpheus and Roosevelt to go to college.
Okay.
It was them.
Yeah,
so, they were great people.
Yeah, so...
They were great people.
So, it's just like any new community, you send people in to help out.
Right.
And to pave the way. So we did that.
She did a good job.
And Cambodians continue to be helpful to other people.
So can any good thing come out of Camp Road?
Come see.
Rosemary Clarisana, good morning to you, Rosemary. That's my big sister. She's tuned in. But Camp Road, so Fowler Street going north.
Fowler Street, in my recording that I'm doing,
yes,
I'm going to set the record straight that just like those off streets of Camp Road has name like Hamilton Street and name after people, Fowler Street adopted that name. But if you were to imagine the areas prior to the 90s,
yes,
you would realize that if you want to go from Bay Street to Wolf Road, it's Camp Road. That's one road.
You have to go to Camp Road.
That's one road.
Wow. Yes.
And so we adopt them. And mind you, they don't mind. Some people say, well, no, it's Fowler Street. But you're in Fowler Street. You're in Camp Road.
That's it.
Yeah.
I have a comment here from Diane Musgrove. She said, from the 5-pound lot, my good grand aunt Victoria Taylor, the soda lady.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know you remember her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so the 5-pound lot goes into White's Edition, where St. James Road is, eh?
St. James Road, believe it or not, St. James Road continues into what is called White's Edition.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
It continues straight out. But it also...
Shirley Street?
No, from Shirley Street straight to White's Edition.
Yes.
But it also, when it turns off by what they used to call Pinland Bar.
Pinland Bar?
Yeah, it's on the corner as you turn to go to Camp Road from St. James Road.
Pinland Bar?
Yes, sir.
On the corner?
You see, originally the bar belonged to a Mr. Ingram.
Okay.
And then later on, Pinland's father came there and rented it from him.
Oh,
and we call it Pinland Bar. But it originally belonged to Mr. Ingram. And while we're talking about that bar, just next to that was Mrs. Orley.
Orley Paul?
Adamson.
Adamson, yes.
Yes, she was right next door there.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, this is very interesting.
And of course, on the main St. James Road strip, we have St. James Church, which...
Is that Michael Simonet, Reverend Dr. Simonet?
Well, he took over.
He took over.
But that church was established in the 1800s.
Wow.
They established that right after abolition.
Yes.
And they called that the Church of the Free Town.
Ah, okay.
So that church, and of course, out of that came Pilgrim.
Yes.
And also Lively Hope.
So Anstown, how did that develop?
Anstown was a development of first, let's realize and establish the fact that Camp Road ran through and everybody lived on the main Camp Road. But when...
In the early days,
Yeah, the early days.
Yes, sir.
Then when we got to a point, then they offset themselves through track roads.
Wow, they were track roads.
Yeah.
Yes.
And remember, there wasn't that many cars. We dealt with drays and horse and carriage, and just like the road, what we call Mackey Street now, that led to Simeonamore Cemetery.
Okay.
That was just a pathway.
Right.
All right?
Wow.
Eventually, it opened up and Eastern Senior moved into there.
Yes.
But on Camp Road itself, Camp Road was divided by a gentleman. He was a surveyor, Mr. Aaron, I think his name was.
Okay.
And the name Anstown came because of one of his daughters.
Oh, okay.
As a surveyor, he was able to name those streets.
Yes.
Elizabeth was one of his daughters.
Okay.
And so we have an Elizabeth Street in there. And we also have an Hamilton. And those who are not familiar with the name Hamilton might remember Dan Knowles Alley.
Okay.
Because Danos lived on the corner of Camp Road and that street.
Ah, okay. Yes.
The one that is now called Elizabeth was first called Rocky Road, then later Kingston, and now Elizabeth.
Wow.
So some people might not be familiar with the name Elizabeth, or they've said, no, that's Danos Alley. Well.
So, Leon Graham said, good history today, my friend. He's sharing. But Uriah McPhee. Now, Uriah McPhee lived in Camp Road?
Uriah McPhee
as the MP
is a gentleman, came from over the hill.
Oh, he came from over the hill?
Yes. Originally from Exuma.
Exuma, that's, yeah.
And he lives in there. And he came in and he got married to a lady called Martha Pratt.
Okay.
Of the Pratt family out of Long Island, O'Neill's, Long Island.
O'Neill's,
yeah.
okay.
And David's children is Dwight and those who does the development.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Their aunt is Martha. And Martha and those came out of O'Neill and they did straw work, her and her sisters.
Yes.
Okay? And he got married to her and he opened a small grocery shop just over from, just almost adjoining to Uriah McPhee property.
Right.
In between his shop and Uriah, it was Nathaniel Pinder, who was a cobbler, shoemaker, originally on Shirley Street, then on his porch in Camp Road.
Yes.
So Uriah was there. Then he moved into Coleman's Strawn Alley.
Strawn Alley, yes. Strawn Alley.
Strawn's Alley.
That's where Mr. Gomez came from.
That's where Pat and those. But Pat, those came from Line Road now.
Yes.
Yeah, originally their father and mother, yes.
Line Road.
Yeah,
Who else was through Line Road? The Butlers, eh?
The Butlers, well, we're talking about